Hello everybody, it's Pyrofrost, and I will be going over the new update that will be coming out on Thursday. I'm a Labra. We're going to be going over the new map, the 3 new rethemed maps, and the new items including the race car. The new blue house, the rethemed blue house. Of course the map got a redesign. I don't know if it's any book coins. Trampoline is now elevated just slightly. And not much here other than a retheme. Here's a campfire. The attic now has a tree and presents, and now there's also a ladder that was never there anyway. Fridge, refrigerator. If you need freeze bombs, there's down some there. Underground, there's ice again. There's also this ramp. If you remember that when the winter tech web came out, you remember that area. That's pretty much all for Blue House. Now let's move on to Starter House. Starter House, now with the retheme, has added that ice rink, I believe, a chimney that goes onto the roof they could go into, and not much different than the inside other than a lot of recolored blocks. This really destroyable house, some stocks or whatever those are, they just go up. There's that house, and they're all made of pillows, which means you can blow them up, and a tree that's really easy to hide in. Yes, tree. Here's playground, the rethemed playground, and the tower now has a remake, of course. It also has an inner area. Yep. But if you like the plaza, then you're gonna enjoy the balloons that are now also back. There's now 2 zip lines again. If you'd like to try to get into that building, and I think you have to put a code. Cool tower, work in progress. Nathan. They probably put a code. I can't assume what the code is, but it probably opens up the hatch, and then you can go inside. This should be mainly most of it. Oh, there's also a gambling machine. Oh, it's changed the slot to a firework. In the house, there are half slabs. It's basically just the same, just recolored, and not much new. There also might be a new tech web, just like the Halloween tech web. It's called the Advent Calendar, and you also buy new items from it every day. As you can see from the Discord, there will be the Advent Calendar. Now let's move on to the new map, Wishlist Workshop. Okay, there's a coffee shop right there in the main building. Coming soon, said by Jack. Now the first floor, not much special. It's a chimney you could go through onto the roof. As you can clearly see, that you can also go to the second floor, which seems to be a factory with elves. Elf gnomes. Everyone loves gnomes. Let's go onto the roof. And there's nothing up here except for fish. Me catch fish, said by Gravity VR. Never heard of them. 100 stuffing, said by Inku. Freshly made by Mrs. Claus. Samzy 1. Do not feed the list. Inku, do not feed the list. Inku echoes Goose 495. Craft the devs. Said by Goober Goose 495. Deer Dash online pickup, said by Goober Goose 495. He said 2 different things. And now probably one of the best part of the update, the race cars. Now we'll show you what they do after this, because I haven't gotten them yet. But here you can use the racetrack to race around with the racetrack cars. The race car, all these, the red, green, blue, they could hold items within it. The regular one, they can't. This is the controller, you hold it. The wrist controller, the wrist remote, this is called a remote, and it's called a wrist remote. The wrist remote is like a grappler, and basically just does what a remote does, but you could like a grappler. Down these stairs, there's a subway station. Now here is, unless they changed it, here's how you do it. Row is B, actually no, top row is B, bottom row is A. A portal should open up in the subway station. That seems to be like a reindeer. Now where this takes you, to the other side of the map. Now, you can't return. I believe you can't return. Yeah, you can't return. But you can stay in here, and if you go through that, it's going to open the door over here. And we're at the other side of the station. I mean, the other side of the map. Now we're at the other side of the map. And that's pretty much everything about this map. Wishlist Workshop. And it's a hangout map, too. Now, if you're a lab rat and you want the remote, you could click remote, and you should get a remote. Basically, it's holdable. If you want the wrist one, the wrist remote, just type in wrist remote. And technically, it's like a grappler. It's significantly better because, well, you don't have to hold it. By typing in car, you get the base car, the one that can hold no items. Now, before I bring out the sports car, I'm gonna show you what all the buttons do. This button, oh frick! By pressing this button, this grip, it moves the car forward. Well, depending on what car you or what hand it's on, right hand it's forward, left hand is back. This button, it will jump. This applies to both controllers. Now if you press this button, it will honk. Now with the sports car, it will drop an item if there's an item within it. I'll show you that once we are done. Tokyo Drift. The major difference between the sports car and the car is that one could hold another item. What item, like the sports car. Now, with the control that you could honk, with the control with honking, if you press that and you have an item in the car, you can eject that item and it will drop. You can pretty much hold everything except for crossbows and portables. Those won't work. Other stuff, if, for example, the firework, if you're too close to the firework, it's going to latch onto you and you'll go flying. But if you have very far, it'll just send the firework. Backflip. You could even put decoys too. It's pretty dope. Backflipping pyro frost. Dope. Now let's put this remote car in action. We're back in the wishlist workshop and we're going to be showing you how this race works. By we, I mean me. So by placing down your car, you basically get ready. And then you go. I suck at this horrible. Actually, I just have drift. Basically, everything works. Except for my controllers. I can't do this. See? I hope you enjoyed the video. This video was supposed to be informational, I guess, based on the new update. That's to be coming on Thursday, 10 p.m. PST of the Yeeps.